hope that's not Pritesh coming up.
Pritesh Shah.
I'm clean right now.
Hey.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
What's been happening, man?
Is it enter?
Good.
I feel like it's been
Not that long.
not long enough.
Not long enough. Hey, it wasn't that long ago since we did what? The Jewish rehab?
The Jewish rehab. I
Damn,
took a lot of bread home.
Huh?
I took a lot of bread home.
You fat fuck. Is only in LA do you not... Dude, they were offering every comic, as you know, a loaf of
Yes.
bread, and I think you're the only one that did it.
You didn't take it?
I didn't, Grant didn't, I know the ladies didn't.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the one that Cameron came behind and goes, "Do you want some?" I'm like, "I'll take another one." Like,
That is hilarious.
we ended up taking 3 loaves home.
Hi, Ryan. Ryan Kalama is on.
Oh, Ryan, hi, how you
Hey,
doing?
Ryan.
Let's crack it.
Well, this is Pritesh Shah.
Oh, Pritesh, hi.
He's our host and inventor of this.
Barefoot Comedy, Mystic Journey Yoga in Venice.
Mm-hmm.
It's been an interesting week or two in the nation,
Yeah.
especially
Oh, yeah.
the world. Can't buy damn toilet paper. Everyone doesn't know what the hell this is and losing their minds and overreacting
I
like
heard
idiots.
that Costco's were getting cleaned out.
Yes, I was at Costco. There was a line out the door, and I was like, "This is for the cash register." It was a line for water,
Just for water.
water bottles.
That's insane.
I'm like, you do know the coronavirus don't do shit to your tap, right?
Yeah, it doesn't.
Like it doesn't affect your water pipeline.
It's not
you
like all of
dumbass.
our utilities suddenly
What the
shut
hell is
down.
wrong with you?
But people, it's been insane.
No, it's pathetic.
Well,
It
I
is
agree with
so
you.
sad, dude.
All these conferences and
South by Southwest was
Yes,
canceled
canceled.
yesterday, which is crazy.
a lot of my
That's
brand
one of the biggest
ambassador
music
people,
shows.
their
I think
jobs are canceled.
Coachella probably needs
Oh, Coachella's not going
because
to.
it's gonna be people from all over the world. They
Because
don't want that.
people already have bought tickets for it too.
Yeah.
And they're still buying.
But that's the one thing that's being canceled that I think is a positive out of the coronavirus.
Coachella.
Oh, fuck, I can't stand the Coachella people. I'm so grateful that Coachella, I hope it gets canceled. And I hope this turns into just a permanent cancellation.
We don't need them.
We don't
I
need
think it
Coachella.
started there.
I
last
would
year.
be. I think Coachella is where everything
Everything
started. I think
started.
every year Coachella is the inventor of new STDs. I think.
Oh, no doubt about
Yeah,
it.
I think we should be fucking done with. If anything, coronavirus has taught us anything is that some events never needed to be invented,
Yes.
and that's one of them.
yes.
And then,
I've never been.
then there's the wagon wheel thing or something.
Fuck 'em. Yeah, for all the country people.
Yeah.
We can't mess with that.
It's
'cause
basically
you
Coachella.
take that away in NASCAR, and you're gonna have full out rebellion.
Well, that's what they got now.
It's gonna be civil
NASCAR's
war.
not going anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, rednecks and hillbillies never get sick anyway, so that's.
No,
That's true,
They're
that's true.
living sickness.
When you're that
They're
pickled.
just always sick.
When you're that pickled from the liquor.
They're pickled.
That's why I don't get
The
sick.
moonshine, like
That's why I
the
don't
I
get
shot.
want to
sick.
hang out with them. They just look like they're so carefree.
All those years of smoking crack and drinking have put me. Have
I
made me
didn't say
immune.
that. The Mexicans
I'm
did that. I didn't say
immune.
that.
I'm immune to it all because I don't.
Are you gonna read my card or what's
Yes,
up?
but I was gonna go over this list of people that you have tonight.
Oh yeah, today we got Maxi Witrax. She's done the show, incredible.
Right.
Asif's done the show, got some repeats today. He's incredible. He's been on the show on TBS Wrecked. He's a voice on BoJack Horseman on Netflix. I mean, he's killing the game. Bridget Sell I met through a few referrals, and I've never met her personally, so I'm looking forward to her. But she performs all over LA. Shang is. That guy's an OG. This guy's been in the game for 30 years, killing the HBO, this, everything. I mean, this guy's an OG.
He sent me a request, and when I looked on his page, I was like, "Oh wow!"
You know, he's been in the game forever.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to have him. Sarah Taylor's a repeat. She's a fellow, meditator and spiritualist, and she has her own show that she runs too, and she's awesome. So I'm glad to have her back. And Mike Glazer's big comedian, travels around the whole
Has
United
he
States.
been here before?
He has not.
No.
He was a reference as well from Stephen Glickman. So thanks to him, we're getting a lot of comedians in here that are doing big things, that are coming to the show, putting it on, and I'm excited.
Because his name looked familiar, but I recognized the other.
Mike
names.
Glazer's everywhere. I mean,
Yeah.
he's a solid comic that performs all over.
Well, since we were here for the year anniversary, and
Thanks a lot. No,
we,
sorry.
we had better things to do.
Yeah, eating loaves of bread. Right.
Stealing bread from the Jews and going home.
It's
I know,
fantastic.
stealing bread
Bread
from the Jewish recovery house. We're like, how many loaves can we cake? How many loaves can
For
we
those
cake?
of you that follow us, you know that we were performing at the Betchua rehab, and we just happened to perform on the first time ever.
First time, brother.
Yeah.
How'd you feel?
I walked off with a lot of jokes in my head that I wanted to say that I didn't get to.
That's the
And-
comedian life.
But
He
the,
did great.
the shit that came out, as
I
long
thought
as
you
people
did
were
well.
laughing.
Even Choo Choo and all them were laughing at your stuff because your stuff wasn't. You I don't know how, but you know, because you work your magic, you both do. That you guys just appealed to these because it's hard to appeal to that, you know, 100 or over 100. You know,
There was a lot of older people.
I didn't just call him out.
no, it was
I
like
was trying to
hilarious.
sleep with one, and I told all the other ones they're
What
going
was
to
her name?
die by next year.
Her name
Honey.
Honey?
I'm like,
Honey.
so your name Honey, you are looking for a boy toy.
I know, Honey.
Well, for those of you that
Hi, David.
wondered how all of this came to be, a year ago when
Oh, yeah.
it's,
His first
called
show.
what something happened. A funny thing happened. It's called A Funny Thing Happened, and that's the name of the show. So a year ago, that was where I originally did the first ever pre-show show.
And it
That's how I
was.
met
there.
And wasn't it Cameron who asked you to
Cameron,
do it?
yeah. So I
Cameron's
went
the
and did,
host of that show.
so I went and did the pre-show show. You were late.
Everyone else got done.
And I didn't have him on the show, and I thought he is such a dick. And I've said it 100 times before.
He's so not.
I was like,
I was at a premiere for a film that I was in,
Yeah.
and I'd letting Cameron know months in advance. I'm like, hey man, I have this already in book, so I'm gonna be late. I'm probably gonna be like 15 minutes late. He's like, dude, no worries, come. I'm happy. I'm like, all right, cool.
so
But
I
he
got,
didn't
to,
tell
I got to
Daniel.
interview everybody. I got to interview everybody, so he gets there late, and I think he's obnoxious. And I'm like, screw him.
Hi, Carlos.
So then, when you go on, I think you do know this. When you go on stage, Christian's like, oh my God, he's hilarious. You should interview them. And I'm like, he's a dick. I don't want to interview him. And then
You need to
but then I
interview.
did, and I went up and told you. I said, there's something about you, and I want you on the show. And then here we are.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, and
So not everyone that's a judgmental asshole. Some people change. He changed for the
Yeah,
better. He
Daniel
didn't,
changed.
he didn't
I
stay in
recognize-
that low frequency state of being.
I-
Daniel
I-
decided to just be a better person.
I've recognized the error of my ways
There you
and
go.
realized that if there was one person I had to kiss ass, it was you.
It was me.
It was you, yeah.
Well, I haven't done anything.
Hi,
for you,
Thomas.
but yeah, let's do this.
but yeah, it's interesting how now this has become like people like this show, and all the comics who come up
Oh,
here,
they love
the
it.
ones who come up here are like, it's like they warmed us up, so we don't even have to.
No, it is, but it's not
It's
like
different.
it does.
Yeah.
There's a drastic difference when you guys are not here because I have to do a lot of work, and I have to be running around, and on top of it, you know, not all the comedians know each other. So
Yeah.
if you're not here, it doesn't. Not comics aren't just always talking.
No.
So a lot of times they don't know each other. They'd be up here just chilling and, hey, what's up? How are you? Cool,
Yeah.
and they'd be on their phones, right? But because of you, everyone's mingling. So
And then the
it
times that
becomes-
we've had them
know
even
each other.
sitting on
Actually-
sitting on top of each other.
Yeah, it's great.
That's
Which has
hilarious.
actually spoiled me a little bit because now when I go do shows somewhere, I want somebody to introduce me. I want somebody to
Yeah, but see, that
chit-chat.
doesn't happen at all the shows.
No.
You see people kind of doing their own thing.
Yeah.
And look, everyone has their own process, so that's fine. But in general, this is cool to kind of do the pre-thing. And I think it gets out of people's heads, because
Yeah.
I don't think it ever helps you when you're going through a material 20 minutes before.
Uh,
Either you got
no.
it or you don't, and at this point, you're in your head anyway. At this point, what are
Yeah.
you doing? So this is cool. You just need to be relaxed.
Yeah.
So this will relax you before you get on stage, and nothing else to worry about.
And for somebody like me that I do a lot of,
You riff.
a lot of ripping, to have a conversation beforehand
Yeah, just-
gives me material.
Open to the front.
Well, and
Right.
it's funny because that's just. Go ahead. You,
Pull three.
You can pull three.
Oh, the rain.
Well, nobody else is here, so let's use you.
I guess this was supposed to come with it.
What were you gonna say, babe?
I was just gonna say it's interesting because that's having to tell you don't rehearse it in your head. Don't go over. Just go out and do.
You
your
always do
thing.
the worst when you do that.
Yeah, I'm like
But
just
I
go
learned
out
that
and be
myself too.
authentic. Yeah.
Because comedies, look, some of the greats, they do everything they're right. Like Chris Rock doesn't defer, but he's practice, repeats. He doesn't really change. Dave Chappelle goes with the flow. He has it together, but a phone can ring and he doesn't lose a step. He'll run to the back of the stage because he's laughing. He's loose. See, that's just how he rolls. Because even as one of the greatest of all time that he is, he's open to what happens in the moment.
That's what I
And I
love.
really like that about him.
I think
You
that's
know?
a mark of a real,
Well,
like
who
really
was-
advanced
Who
professional.
was it that we watched from Saturday Night Live? Jones.
Leslie Jones.
Leslie Jones. And her show,
She's dope.
amazing.
Oh, she
I
was
performed with her
great.
years ago. We're friends on Facebook, so we talked. When she got the SNL thing, dude, it was tremendous because she's been in the game for,
Yeah.
dude, I'm talking forever. I think she's been doing stand-up for over 25 years.
Wow.
When she got SNL. It's not. No, Kevin Hart been doing it for 18.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Tiffany
Not
Haddish
even
been
as
doing it for
long.
almost 20.
Tiffany's been around a long time.
And her specials.
And I performed with her as well. Like, these are people that I've been friends with Facebook. We perform together, and to see them rise, it's like, in the short term time I've been doing it, I know how much they've been grinding.
Yeah.
How much they've freaking, my God, blood, sweat, and tears they've poured into
Yeah, it wasn't
and
like-
they've been doing this a decade before I met them.
Yeah.
So when you see them rise, you go, yo, like my acting teacher always
It
said,
wasn't instant.
overnight success always comes after a decade of hard work. My acting teacher always told us that. And goddamn, it's true, because anytime people, like in the business, I'm friends with all these people that pop half the time.
Mm-hmm.
And when people go, oh, who's that new guy? I always laugh when I hear, who's that new girl? I'm like, new?
They've been
Yeah,
around
new
for-
to you.
Yeah.
New to you. You know how hard they work sleeping on couches, not knowing what's going to happen, freaking out that this is the end, losing their minds, you know?
Like the woman on This Is It. Or This Is Us.
This Is
Oh
Us.
yeah, she has
That's
36.
it.
She has 36 cents. The one who plays Kate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She has
said
36 cents in
her
her
checking
bank
account.
account.
Like she was broke before the
Yeah,
audition.
36 years
and she
old.
wasn't going to go to the audition because
No.
she couldn't get gas to go there, but someone lent her money or something. Gave her.
One of my closest friends, don't want to say the name just because it has to be private,
Yeah.
but literally he was willing to quit this industry 3 times this 2019. I was like,
Okay.
dude, you're too talented, don't. And he's not a comedian actor, but he's in the business. And literally yesterday he's about to get signed by WME.
Nice.
Because of something
By
he came
who?
across. WME, William Morrison.
Wow.
And you just see life's about to change, like boom. And this is the same person who for last year was like, I'm done, bro. I'm moving back to Pennsylvania. Like, I'm fuck this business. I'm over it.
I could be on a
can't
farm
pay
doing
bills.
my
Like,
thing.
I'm done. You
Yeah.
know.
But every day you got.
And so when this person pops in people's talk, they're like, "Oh, look, you can't." I'm like, "You have no idea, man."
Yeah.
It's like people tell me, it's like, it's nice that you started a podcast. I'm like, yeah, 8 years ago. Like,
Yeah.
I've been at.
See, this is another reminder about perspective.
Yeah.
Because the world doesn't revolve around you. Just because something's new to you, that's an important thing in the spiritual community. When people meditate and they have these realizations, which are amazing, but you ain't the first one to have it.
Yeah.
So be grounded in it. Buddha already had this. Fucking Guru stuff. The
100,000
shit
years
you
ago.
just had a realization of came 15,000 years ago. And I'm not trying to downplay what you felt and this, but also realize you ain't the first, sweetie. So calm yourself. You ain't fucking greater than other people. I've had many great realizations, and I think I continue to try to expand my frequency. But I know I ain't the first, and I definitely won't be the fucking last. That keeps you grounded. Relax, you're not some goat yoga instructor guru. Like, shut the fuck up. You know what I
I
mean?
co-hosted the broadcast of the parade in Laguna Beach today.
Yeah.
And the co-host, we were put together today, and he tells me at the end, he's like, "You're really good at this." I'm like, "Well, I've only been hosting for like 15 years." And he looks at me, he's like, "Oh." I'm like, "Yeah." Like, you think
You don't
I'm
pop
here.
in. And so with stand-up comedy is one of the best because everyone finds it easy and terrifying, but many people find it easy. I'm like, go.
Really? I don't.
Yeah, but you're dating someone, you
I
have
have
someone's respect
perspective,
for it.
yeah.
Some people ask, but a lot of people think this is the people that find it easy. Most people have respect for it, so I'm not downplaying it.
Yeah, yeah.
The people that find it easy are the ones who are the funny person in their group or in their family.
Exactly.
I'm like, okay, you might be good at this. I'm not trying to talk shit. I hope you do it and put it but keep this in mind.
But it doesn't
It is
always
very
translate.
different making people that love you laugh. People who care for you will always laugh at you. Just like every mother thinks her son's handsome, but guess what? Every son ain't a fucking model. Okay? I know a lot of women who are like, my son's so handsome, my daughter's so pretty. You should feel that way. You love him. That's how you're gonna feel about your kid. But you see somebody's, I'm like, even her? Like, even her you called her pretty? Like, you gotta keep it real a little bit. Like, if my daughter was that, I'd be like, look, you better be smart, bitch, because shit, you
You
look
better-
like your mama's mama.
You better
God
get your
damn.
PhD.
Yeah, like, what the fuck?
You need letters after your name.
Anyway, you
All
wanna read
right,
this?
so breathe.
Probably right now because everyone's annoying me. Now just breathe in the coronavirus.
Yes, that's all you need.
Yeah,
But
none of us had
especially
masks on.
But Pritesh is one of the few people that I read for on a regular basis that there is always something in the horizon. There's always something in the horizon. Like, just as you turn the corner, there's something else popping up. And your personal anxiety and anticipation and frustration of how things are supposed to be is what gets you in trouble.
Yeah.
It's not that opportunities don't come to you.
They do. I know I'm lucky as hell.
It's just that you're like,
Patience.
well, now.
I know, but that's just my life. I move faster than most people. Be flexible.
Be flexible. Yeah. So take a breath and let things are not going to happen the way that you want them.
Okay.
So that's okay. Especially, so I'm counting 2. So I'm going 2 months. So we're in March, April, May. So the event, the thing, the change in May ish, that's what we need to let that happen the way we. I imagine that. Again, for those of you guys, I always say this: people, places, or things. Fill in the gaps with your answer. So, people, places, or things. The people, person, place, or thing that's coming up in May or in 2 months, it's not going to happen the way that you wanted. So, be okay with the changes. My throat is closing up, so it's about not speaking your truth or not opening up about and being completely honest. I know you're really good at speaking your mind, but this time you gotta be honest in speaking your mind. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's not just about saying, this shit and smoke screens. It's about, hey, this is how things are working. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then somebody telling you, but we can't do it that way. And you're being, okay, I get it. Aura cleanse. So it's just about cleansing some of that energy, especially the frustrations or the stressors that happened. Now I've known you for a while, and I can't think of anything, which is good, but whatever personal stressor you had on you that has caused your energy to kind of block, or it's causing you to not want to accept that things will have to change in a certain direction. Does that make sense? So much stuff has changed, and you're like in this place, like, no, now it's got to be my way. And the universe is going, that's cute. Good for you for thinking that way.
I always feel like I'm open to change, but there's obviously something that I'll be working through.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
But I still give it a couple of months before it kicks in.
And I'm going to India March 17th.
I was going to say,
29th.
your trip to India is going to has some stuff in store for you.
Yeah. But there's a lot of
I
creativity.
feel like it's like my soul retrieval. A little bit.
How long will you be gone?
10 days. But it's, my grandma still lives in the same land. It's a different house. They destroyed the house. But it's the same land I was raised in as a child from 8 months to 4 years old. So I always feel very emotional when I go there because you just feel home.
Yeah,
That same
you're
land I was
connected.
raised in.
And if you want to hear that story, it's on my podcast.
Yeah.
Speaking of the podcast, which we recorded about a year ago now.
Yeah, without that's why I'm very excited. Because I feel like I have a piece of me left there that I need to kind of bring back.
Yeah.
I'm ready to kind of be like, okay, I have closure at this spot.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because crayons is all about creativity and going back to basics and rejuvenating. So, yeah.
To be back whole again.
That'll be interesting.
I'm excited. Well, that's where I grew up. My grandfather used to probably feel his energy out there. Yeah.
Nice.
So,
Well, there are people waiting for you. So you're gonna feel a lot when you're gonna get very emotional. It's gonna be a interesting trip for you. It's gonna.
you know, I didn't even plan it because I was filming my short. I got funding for that, and I told you the whole thing. And my parents were already going. My sister was going to go to Israel and then meet my family. She's going to Israel through her USC MBA program.
Oh,
and then, which got canceled for the coronavirus.
Yes,
obviously, so now she's flying.
because the coronavirus might crash a plane.
So my mom's already there, and you know, I told my grandma, I said, look, I'm gonna come. I won't be able to go with my family probably, just because I don't know what I'm gonna film, and this has been so much hard work, and I put everything into this to get funding and to tell this story, you know. So right when it got done, it was so crazy. It was just the feeling I got was like, you guys, I'm with them, because I know my grandma was like not happy that I was gonna come by myself. She wants all of us to be together, right? And my dad
That's
wasn't
so grandma.
Yeah, but she doesn't live with us, so she's alone. So she's like, if we're gonna be, I want my whole family, right? And I was like, okay, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it. My parents already booked it, and I told my dad, I was like, he was so happy, right? He's like, you gotta book your tickets now, or you're coming. So we're going together, so I'm excited about that.
Cool.
But I think there's a lot of closure that needs to happen.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. That's
For myself, I don't even say anything.
That's what
to
I'm
her.
feeling.
Yeah.
That's the point. Is that it's emotional and spiritual closure. It just need to happen.
Yeah, I just need to go.
Yeah. So it's good that you're making it.
I'm ready.
I had that feeling. I read something that said you were going to India, and I said, "Oh wow!" And I got hit with that feeling. And I'm like, "Okay, this is about closure. This is about."
It's weird. It's hard to explain because I'm not a crier.
I know,
I mean,
but
there's
you're
nothing
going
wrong with cry, but like when I left India last time, my sister and I went to visit my grandma end of 2016, and when we left, the driver was taking us. I could not stop. It's I can't hold it in. It just feels home.
Yeah, and you're
like,
home.
I'm leaving again, you know. But this time I'm gonna bring it back instead of just feeling like it's.
Well, that's what the closure is.
Yeah.
It's like closing that the energy there to bring that home feeling here.
Exactly.
So
But I feel that. I already felt that going in. I'm like, I know what I gotta do.
Yeah, but emotions are gonna get you.
I'm good with that.
But I mean, I know you're good. I know you ain't. Oh, I don't feel. I don't cry. I know you're not that type of
No,
person.
I feel everything, but it doesn't always come out in tears. For me.
Yeah, but
doesn't
this
mean I
time
don't
it's
feel
going
it.
to.
But certain moments, if they trigger it for me, then I'll.
And your grandma is gonna be. She's gonna feel it, and she's going to get very upset.
You know he's reading you, right?
So.
That I'm bringing myself back.
Yeah, she's gonna get really upset. She
She's
won't. She may not say it like. She may not know exactly what's upsetting her, but she's gonna get upset, and she's gonna cry. She's gonna be because she's gonna feel it. She's gonna feel the
Well, I feel like she's holding on.
the closure. Yeah, and
Because she's sad and pessimistic person, so she holds on to everything. She doesn't let us go,
Yeah.
especially me, because she's attached to me because I raised her a little bit. That she is gonna feel abandoned more than she is. But at the
That's
same time, like, you
exactly.
can't be whole until you let us go.
yeah,
You can't keep holding on to us.
and she keeps thinking, I don't want to be whole. I don't need to be whole because you make me whole.
That's how
but
she
that's
got-
like people who say, you complete me. Oh dear God, no.
Daniel doesn't. He takes
no one
He's not
I'm
complete shit.
I'm not a giver.
no one completes anyone to be
For what
honest.
it's worth, man, knowing you a year now, a little weird. I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of this friendship.
Aw.
Likewise.
And
I love
Will,
you, brother.
Will Melendez says, have an awesome show.
Thank you. I
Will.
appreciate it.
And,
I will.
And now I'm gonna go down and help finish setting up and everything.
Send anybody that's here. Yeah.
They're gonna start coming right.
What time? I don't know what
Thank
time
you
it
for
is.
that,
I've lost time.
Oh no, no problem. Oh,
I have lost track of time.
yeah.
She's good. I mean, you probably talked to her after. She's just like kind of going through a period where she's like, her ego's like, you don't have a job, you don't have this, and you don't have this. But she knows the universe has everything in store.
It does.
So
She
she's
just has
just,
to-
but she's playing
So-
the battle like we all. do.
Just be patient.
That's what she is.
Let's have a conversation on screen.
Yes, sorry.
Maxi's
Sorry.
You know, it is still my
What's up,
show.
girl?
For those of you watching,
We are halfway through, folks. We're at
thank you for
6:30.
joining us. This is the Barefoot Comedy Pre-Show with your host Daniel G. Garza and the MC and creator of the show, Pritesh Shah, and my partner and director behind the camera, Christian Ramirez. So if you are still there and commenting, he is reading the comments for me. I have totally released all control of the show. I'm not even watching anymore.
Someone's coming. Someone's coming.
Oh yes.
You remember this?
Hi.
Daniel, how you doing?
Welcome
Christian,
back.
Hey, remind me your name.
Christian.
Christian, good to see you again.
Hi, sweetie. How are you? Come on
Great.
over.
Hi. Oh, hi.
Welcome
back to
back.
the show.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh, I get to do a repeat?
Oh, girl,
Yes, come on
Nice, you're
over.
about to get red, girl.
How are you?
I'm pretty damn great. How about you?
Good. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
It's nice.
Hi, guys.
It's nice that we now have like this connection with you guys.
Yeah.
Like you come in and you know what's expected and what's going to happen. And
Sort of. You
Sort of.
never really know what's going to happen. But yeah, it's cool. Pritesh gets this group going of people actually knowing
Oh,
each
yeah.
other.
how have you been? What's new so far? What's new since the last time we saw you?
I'm doing a lot of filming and acting, so I haven't been getting to do stand-up as much as I love to. But
Well, how
you know,
horrible.
who complains about that?
I hate-
Darn.
No.
In LA, everyone hates getting cast.
I
Getting
got
paid.
I got cast again.
I got to go to India actually a couple months ago.
No.
Yeah.
How was that?
Holy moly.
Holy crap! Amazing. Thankfully, someone else was planning the trip because it was for a shoot.
Yeah,
So that is
love
my
that.
least favorite part of trips is the planning.
Yes.
So that made it even better.
Can you give us any?
I'm not allowed. It's still under NDA, but it's for a video game company.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was basically just a camera crew shooting me walking around India looking at stuff, and the director occasionally
Oh.
saying, "Can you look happier to be here?"
Oh, no.
So did you get a chance to explore?
Yeah.
Yes. And
Have you been?
no.
I never would have thought to go to India on my own, and so it was a real treat. We went to some more rural places like Bodh Gaya, where the Bodhi tree is, and so I
That's
didn't know it was a
cool.
UNESCO World Heritage Site, and you have to drive like 7 hours through nothing to get there. And yeah, there were people from all around the world there, different monasteries in their robes had come on like their big trip. It was crazy.
And I love that, you know, someone else's dime, someone else's plan, and you get taken everywhere.
Even better.
It's awesome.
So remind everybody.
Hi, I'm Maxi Witrax.
And you're also, because we were just talking about intuitive stuff before you came up. You're also a little connected. I mean, Yeah.
I'm not gifted in any way.
No, but you're like you're
I'm
aware.
open to it.
Yeah.
Like you don't go, oh, that's all a bunch of hoo-hoo. It's like,
energy is
no.
flying.
And
I
if you've
just
been
don't
to
know how to
India,
harness
I
it.
think that you kind of get it. Like,
Yeah.
that's a pretty connected culture.
Yeah, I remember the last time you were here, we did pull cards for you, right?
Yeah.
You were
I
part of
forget
the-
what mine was.
Well, they changed, so let's.
Good. Okay.
Do you want to see
Every
where
It's
you
been
are
a
now?
while. I do. Also, I feel like since I've seen you, you must have gone through a ton of changes. And what are you up to with your life? Does anyone ever get to ask you on this?
Sometimes.
Occasionally.
And we just launched our own web series.
You did?
Yeah, so we have the Christian and Daniel show now. So every Wednesday, plug again. Every
Every
Wednesday,
Wednesday,
7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time on this channel. Check us out. And we go live and we just talk about our week.
And we also got our trademark for our production
Little Mexican
company
Productions
name.
is official now.
What is it called?
Little Mexican Productions.
Little Mexican Productions.
Yeah.
I like
Mexican.
it.
So we've been through a lot in the last 2 years, so it's really cool to sit down.
Yeah.
No edits, no cuts. We just have an honest conversation, and we talk about fun stuff and hard stuff, and get to share with the people and what
Congrats.
we've
I
been
would
through in
love
the
it.
past 8 years. And then we have our pick of the week, so we pick shows that we really like for the week. And right now we're on Love Is Blind on Netflix.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
It's
Okay,
insane.
we're not gonna say
Thank
anything. We just.
If you can, you gotta
We
you
just
gotta
watched
take
Hey,
a
we're
moment.
only plugging one show here, and
I
that
know.
is the Christian and Daniel Little Mexican show.
Little Mexican Productions.
Little Mexican, and see, they're the producers.
All right, Maxi. So pull 3 cards for me and put them in. So we're gonna do for you.
And
Face down.
Gabriel Gonzalez is watching.
Oh, hi, Gabrielle. Hey, everybody who's
Hey,
watching.
Gabrielle. I'm gonna say it's
And it's really one of the cool things about this show, and not because it's us, but one of the cool things is that, you guys that know about it, and then we get folks, some of the comedians that watch it when we're doing other people's shows. So Will is watching right now.
He's been on.
He's been on the show.
Isaac?
Will Melendez.
Will Melendez.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Will just said hi, and I'm like, it's so cool that you guys know about the show, and
Yeah.
you can support other comics on the show. So it's kind of cool.
That is cool.
All right.
He just got done performing in Honolulu, or no, Las Vegas now. It was Honolulu, then he did Las Vegas.
So
Oh, World Series of Comedy.
Yeah.
So
I
we,
thought it was
and then we get to follow you guys on your adventures, which is really awesome.
so connected.
All right, instant feedback. So the universe, the world, the people around you, the energy is giving you instant information on where things are going. And this falls a lot in your gut and in your intuition. And maybe that's why I was getting intuition for you a minute ago. So your gut and your intuition are very quick to know and break through the bullshit and figure out if the next decision is good for you, if the next step is good for you or not. So as you are making decisions in which direction you're going, trust your gut and trust your third eye.
And not second guess it.
Correct. Because that's going to lead it's from the gut to the heart to the throat to the third eye. So it's going to follow your gut. It's going to process through your heart. Does it feel good? Speak your truth. Speak your truth so that you can get what you want and you can negotiate what you need and what you want.
Okay.
And then you can foresee if it's gonna, you can see the manifest where it's going and what's happening. Does that make sense? But things are gonna happen pretty quick coming forward.
It feels like it.
Does that make
That's
sense?
how it's been. Yeah.
Yeah. So journal, write down, video, pictures, whatever it is that you need to start making a
Document.
Yeah, because this is going to be important for your memoir, for your book, for your story. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So the parts,
Spooky, I have this.
the parts that are missing in your story, and I'm not sure if we talked about this last time, but the parts that are missing in your story, you are filling in the gaps with all that's happening around you now. So the adventures, the things that are missing, they're happening now. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
Wait, that's so freaky because it has been.
It has.
Go on. Go on. Look, the things that I've been missing in the past are now happening to fill in those gaps.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
So it's like kind of like somebody writing a book and going,
Oh, yeah,
I have the beginning, I have the ending, but what's in the middle? And you're going through all these adventures and you're going, what's in the middle? And then the universe is going, well, I just gave you like 10 adventures to write about. And you're like, I don't know what to write about. And the universe is like, I give up.
My life is so boring.
Yeah.
India, I mean.
Yeah. So all these adventures that your character, that you just went on, your characters just went on. So pull from you to write the rest of you. Does that make
Cool.
sense?
Yeah.
So if there, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, have we talked about a script before?
No.
No.
Okay. Because I said script, so go with that. Take that word.
Listen to what comes through to you towards the end of your sleep cycle. Like when you wake up, you'll have sometimes you have messages when you wake up.
Yeah.
And those are from your guardian spirits. And I keep getting male uncle energy. But
Pay attention to that.
yeah, pay attention to what, like when you wake up,
Yeah.
if you can write it down so you don't forget it, write down whatever that thought was, because that's a message for you. That's how they're giving you your messages. So,
And it's funny that you do that, because remember to breathe.
oh, that's funny.
I've been having more vivid dreams recently, and when you talk about messages, I had one that was so... I woke up sobbing because very personal, sorry guys. But in the dream, I felt like someone was trying to communicate to me, and I woke up so mad, I'm so sorry, I can't
They're frustrated.
hear what you're trying to say or what you're trying to tell me. But I could tell someone was behind a glass door, just screaming
wow.
at me, trying to communicate. I'm I don't know what you're trying to tell me.
See what we talked about the way it's you're connected. My first comment to you was you're connected, right? And you're no. I'm well, this is you being connected.
She said, I'm not gifted, but I'm connected.
Yeah.
She may not be a medium or anything like that, but it doesn't mean you're not connected.
Yeah, so...
And someone is trying to connect with you and get these messages through you.
Crystals, like a clear crystal or an amethyst, something purple, is a good connector. Because purple, especially for all you watching, purple is a good
It
spiritual...
can be small. It doesn't have to be $30,000.
I want that one.
I'm not plugging the crystal.
It can be a small one. And
One day...
these are also good.
One day we'll take you through the lobby so you guys can see
one of these days
the pieces that they have here.
Insane.
He's upgraded it even since we started here.
But even
Hi, Ellie.
purple sheet or a purple pillow cover.
Just purple.
Purple, something purple around you so that you can open up spiritually, so that you can get into those dreams.
Because that's your crown chakra.
Yeah.
So what it will do is it'll clear your mind, of the conscious mind and your subconscious mind. So you're not stuck on anything that's preventing you from getting the full connection.
But and remember to breathe. Take a deep breath, especially as things are coming to you quickly. But make sure that you. We talk about the physical aspect of writing down and journaling. And this is for all of you watching. As you go through life, as things happen to you, I'm a big photographer. Not a good photographer, but I take a lot of pictures. I'm always taking pictures of people and places and things that I do. Mainly because in my family there's a lot of Alzheimer's. And I want one day when I'm starting to forget to have these memories. That's my thing. But for those of you out there, take pictures, write a journal, diary, anything where you can keep track of what you've been on, because at some point all those adventures come into play in some way. Either you're gonna have children, you want to share these stories, you're writing a book or a script, more jokes, whatever it is.
Autobiography.
And you're and you're here's everything I've been on. I don't have to think about it. It's right there. But you are getting messages. There are things coming to you, so we just have to make sure that you're open. It's kind of like getting a package from UPS and not having anywhere to put it.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure that you have a space for it to be there.
And make sure, don't let them convince you. With this journey you took through India, and be sure to ask them for the stills, because they took a lot of still pictures. And there are going to be some still pictures where I just get a sense there's some things in some of the still pictures that won't necessarily be explainable by a rational
That would be so exciting.
person, but you're going to see things, or you may not see them right away, but you need to be able to take them home and be in a quiet, where you can take your time and just go through them and look, and those are going to be important for you. I don't know why, I'm just getting a distinct sense those are going to be super important. You need to get the stills from that shoot.
So, and for those of you watching, we don't work together that often to read one person. So for me, it's a treat when he gets to do it too. So to watch him connect. But one that I pull for you is into your heart. We were just talking about your heart.
There you go.
Listen to your heart. So your gut connected to your third eye, and everything in between, which is your heart and your throat. So speak your truth. Make sure you speak your truth and be present in that conversation. So you can negotiate the best things for you. And I always tell people, it's people, places, or things. So one of those three things are happening for you right now, and you need to, especially with your movie. Be careful with your movie. Not be careful negative, but be careful with your movie to get the best space for the best price. That makes sense.
I love that you're busy. That is the best news on the planet. You know, if anyone deserves it, you know, you work hard. Everyone, every actor, every comedian, everyone works hard, and it's so nice when you start to get some of the fruits from it.
Thank you.
So congratulations on that.
So from the India trip, what is one thing that you could tell the audience and your followers that really stuck in your brain?
I mean, it's sad that it's not necessarily related to India, but just being there and being on there, that whole experience, being treated like a movie star, made me, even though I got home and had a sharp slap of reality, made me realize, like, I already am this person doing the things I want to be doing, and I don't need to be trying to become it. I'm already living the reality of it, so that means I am it. And I'm funnier than this in my sets, by the way.
Oh, yeah, this has been, you know, this is the pre-show show, so
Yes.
we're not here for them to do their sets. We're here for them. You're meeting the real people, and she is super real.
For those of you
And
joining
if you're
us,
coming from India, you have to be.
for those of you joining us, this is the Barefoot Comedy Pre-Show Show. I'm your host, Daniel Garza, and this is where the comics can sit down with us and just have a little chit-chat before the show starts. It's our space to relax before they go on stage. And what else? This is your moment. Nobody else is here, so this is all about you.
I know. Someone else showed up.
Mikhail is joined, and Orlando, and Ellie.
Hi, guys.
Hi, guys. Thank you for joining us.
Behind the comics.
Tell us, let's what brings you back to comedy? Even after you're busy with all these other projects, what brings you back to want to be on stage?
It's the yin to the yang of the acting. The acting is like you get to relax and say someone else's words, and stand-up is hard because you're having to make your own material and script, but at the same time you get to say your words, and I just... getting up on stage feels like an exhale.
Yeah. We just did a show, Pritesh and I went on a show together last week.
Oh, yeah?
And then it was for a rehab, which was kind of cool because I went to rehab. So
Was that Cameron Weir's?
Cameron Weir's, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you get paid in hall bread?
And
Yes.
we
Best part.
neither one of us have ever had holiday.
That's how I met Pritesh.
That's where I met
Oh
you.
yeah, the first time.
Yes.
Holy crap.
And you did the original pre-show show.
Yes. So you,
Oh, man.
Oh my God! I
very
just
first
realized
time.
that.
Wow.
Oh my. Woo! Spiderweb has been made.
I just got chills. You didn't realize that that's where the pre-show show started.
That was the first
That
time.
was our very first pre-show show.
Like the first.
And it's up on YouTube. So if you want to go check that out, go to Daniel G. Garza on YouTube, and you can find the original
Throwback.
pilot episode
Of the pre-show show.
of the pre-show show, which is really cool. I have a pilot episode for a pre-show show. Who knew? But yeah, we were just there. We didn't do a pre-show show.
And that's where Daniel met Pritesh for the first time,
Yes.
which led to where we're at
All
today.
this?
Oh, yes, yeah.
And in such a short time, and I mean, it's only been a year. So much has changed. It feels like it's been.
It's only been a year?
Yeah, it's only been a year.
It feels like a lot of time has
Yeah,
passed.
yeah.
That's what I mean. It feels like years have passed, but
Yeah.
so much has happened to everyone.
Yeah.
So I mean, I love it.
That's
I
a
love it.
common experience that seems to be going around. It's been a very full ass year.
2019 for me was like, it's over.
Yeah, and
Like, how did
2020's
that-
been like,
Yeah. And you think it's
Stretching and stretching and stretching, yeah.
yeah.
Because just little, and I mean, I see my calendar and I'm like, first of all, how am I going to do all this? And then the month goes by and I'm like, how the fuck did I do all this?
Yeah.
So it's crazy. But yeah, so I tried because I forget so many. There's so many details in my life that I forget.
Yeah.
I don't write them down.
Yeah.
But yes, you were part of that show. That's how I met you. And now here we are, almost a year after.
Well, a little bit over a year.
A little over a year. doing
Like
this.
literally just a week over a year.
How
crazy.
Because
Okay, so now that we know this, if you can like sum up your year.
see,
Taking off. My friend Charlie is great. I broke up with this one guy, and he was like, "You don't need sandbags in the plane, Maxi. Your plane is taking off." I'm like, "You're right. It's happening. It's all happening."
yeah.
And yeah, it's coming really fast. And it's just like making one decision after the next based on all I know right now, and trying to make the best decisions for me, but then second guessing it because it's like I don't know how it's gonna turn out. The best I can.
I'm sure I know part of the answer to this, but have you had a situation where just one thing canceled, and as soon as that canceled, the other door opened immediately?
Just this last month, there was the press release for this project that sent me to India. All the press dates and South by Southwest, we were gonna go, and then they had to cancel, and then that was a big thing, and then it turns out South by gets canceled anyway from coronavirus. And it's like, what were we all so upset for? Because it wasn't going to happen anyway.
You would have been more upset if you hadn't already finished.
Known that, yeah.
Now that's the universe working.
And it's that specific is so present in my head because I was supposed to shoot something today, tomorrow, and Monday, and then I wasn't getting the email, so I called them Thursday. I'm like, "Hey, what's going on?" They're like, "Oh my God, like, why haven't you gotten the emails?" I'm like, "I don't know." It's like, "We don't need you Saturday and Sunday. We just need you Monday." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So that door closed.
They had some budgetary cuts.
Yeah, and as soon as that door closed, I mean, I hung up with the guy, and the phone rang. They're like, "What are you doing Saturday morning?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Nothing now." It's like, "Well, we can use you Saturday morning." I'm like, "Okay."
Cool. What did you do?
Laguna Beach, where I live,
Yeah.
we have our Patriots Day parade, which is the first Saturday of March every year. And this year, our TV provider and the radio station declined to live feed the show. They were going to live stream it, so they needed somebody to live stream the show. So them knowing me, they were like, "Can you do it?" I'm like, "Well, I'm no TV station, but we can do it." And there we were. I was there this morning. And I was telling Kristen, the cool thing was that I think I'm Mr. Nobody. I just show up and do my little thing. But I'm sitting there on the judge's booth, and people come up and they're like, "Aren't you Daniel Garza?"
No way.
Yeah, and I'm like, "Yes." They're like, "Oh my God, I follow you on Facebook. Like, I totally follow you, and I see all your stuff." And I'm like, "Oh, thank you." And then this other guy from the city, this other guy from the city is like, "You're Daniel Garza." I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "I know you from this committee." He goes, "You're doing this for us?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, you'll be back next year then." I'm like, "Okay." So then other people are like, Did you see Daniel Garza?"
Wow.
And so I told Kristen, there was like 3 or 4 people that were like, "So you're Daniel?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
That's some good event traffic for your page too.
Yes. So it was really awesome that just the door closed. Oh yeah, my dinosaurs.
Dinosaur socks.
I have dinosaur socks too. Just in case.
Oh man, that's even better.
So yeah, door closes when open. Have you learned? Because I haven't. But have you learned to just trust that if something cancels, something else will happen?
Yeah.
Or do you still panic?
Oh no, I'm. If anything, if something flakes on me, I'm like, oh, thank God, more time to actually just like be or write or whatever, or like see friends or something. I'm actually happy now that like whether I get things and things are hitting or whether they're not, and I'm like, okay, I can take a moment to slow down. Either way, I'm grateful for it.
Okay, I know for those of you out there like whatevs, but when you're your own brand, when you're self-contract and you're constantly auditioning or putting yourself out there, or you're in the eye, there is no set schedule.
Right.
And sometimes you get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and you get home at 2 o'clock in the morning and you're like, whew, that was a day. So on days when you do have some time off, you're like, God bless.
Yeah, I'm not going to be mad at this.
Yeah. What's next? What's happening next besides tonight?
You know what? Everything I plan is so short-sighted right now because things just keep coming up. So I've barely made long-range plans. Even my plans for the end of the month, I'm like, these are flexible. I booked Southwest, so I can change it. Like, I'm just waiting for it to come at me.
And as usual, we want to make sure that people watching get some words of wisdom from you. What words of wisdom, based on since the last time we saw you, what words of wisdom would you share with the audience?
Oh boy, I'd say zoom out on occasion, because between this time last year and now, I had all these I'm busy now, but this time last year I was busy trying to hold too many plates, and instead of setting some plates down, I just dropped all of them, and I had a fire sale in my life. I quit my job. I shook it up. I started traveling to comedy festivals around the country, and just on credit card debt, and just needed to shake it up. But then when I started putting it back together piece by piece, I'm still very busy. I'm still doing probably all the things I was before, but only now it's only things I want to do. And that doesn't mean they're always fun and easy, but I'm doing them for a reason. I'm not doing them because I feel obligated to. I feel, I don't do anything I don't want to do anymore.
That's a big thing, because when you do things out of desperation, I think we don't put 100% into it, so we don't do it right, and we never walk away satisfied with what we did. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
What would be the most challenging thing of the last year? See what happens when you're the only comic that comes through the show?
I wish we could edit for thought time.
She's thinking, for those of you watching, I'm not sure where we are on time.
6:57.
6:57, so it's almost 7 o'clock, and we'll be heading downstairs in just a minute. For those of you watching, this is Barefoot Comedy Pre-Show Show. Remember, every first of the month, 6 o'clock, we go on the air, chit-chatting with the comics going on stage. Sometimes we have one, sometimes we have a whole group, so it just depends. But before we go, if you have any questions for Maxi, please send them in right away. Before we leave.
I would say the most challenging thing I've learned this year is to, I've always been this way in relationships, but I never put my schedule this way, is that I'd rather have nothing than something not good for me. And before, if I saw a space, I'd fill it up and say yes to things I probably wouldn't have, just because it's why not? I have the time open. But now I find myself saying no to things, even though I don't have something conflicting, but if I'm I know if something came up, I'd regret having said yes to this, because it's not great. So I'd rather have nothing now on my schedule than something I don't want to do.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I guess we're gonna shut it down since it's almost 7 o'clock. But for those of you watching, thank you for joining us in this hour. We had a chance to talk with Pritesh. We usually don't get that much time with him.
Yeah,
so it was really, he usually runs up and runs down. So it was really nice to have some time to chat with him for a little bit. Remember, we are on the Christian and Daniel Show. Catch us every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on this channel. Or you can go to the YouTube channel, Daniel G. Garza. You can find all of the Christian and Daniel shows. You can find all the pre-show shows there. All of my stand-up. I have a news section with auditions. All of my audition tapes are on there. If you're booking, if you're looking for Lilmesican, check me out there. What else do we have on there? That's it.
Don't you have your old tea time with Daniel and?
Oh yeah, and all the cancer videos. I know we talk about the cancer a lot, and this being Colorectal Awareness Month, go check it out. I have my 30-day diary that I did for talking about diaries. You can go check it out there. It's 30 days of my cancer treatment. So go check it out. Yeah, so I did all that for 30 days.
Documenting is important, like you said.
And you see the progress from beginning to losing my hair, to losing weight. They're not all pretty. I guarantee you, they're not all. Life is great and beautiful. Some of them are like, I hate life. So go check those out, especially this month. If you have somebody who is cancer, give them a hug. Tell them you love them.